All right, it's recording. What's going on, my beautiful people? Richard Hairston here from richardhairston.com. I'm going to do a short interview with my man, Rodney Daniely, who just recently joined the HBA Funnel Builder, the Home Business Academy, using the all-in-one $25 digital marketing affiliate system. And what I want to do today is just introduce you all to him. I'm going to let him introduce himself, give his background, and I'm going to ask him a few questions, and maybe you can relate as to why he joined and maybe why you might want to consider joining. Now, in order to get with one of us, there will be a link in the description. I'm going to throw your link down there too, bro, so they can choose. It don't make no difference to me.
Okay.
You know, so that's how I do things. And so I want just kind of introduce you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, before you got into the internet marketing, and then how you ended up getting into this online marketing world. Please, sir.
All right. Well, I'm a simple laid back guy like anybody else. Love the barbecue, love football.
Yes, sir.
Family man. I have 3 kids. One, about to be empty nest. So, and my background, I spent roughly 15 years working for the major airline here in Atlanta, and in 2011 I was let go, and which was crazy because it was at the time that my health started failing, and so long story short, from 2011 up until about 2015, I didn't do any like real work, consistent work, and my family kind of suffered from it, and so we had a lot of adverse things go on, just like anybody else, especially with what's going on there.
Right.
My internet marketing background, I got into internet marketing in 2017. My mother was getting sick, and one night she had a stroke,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a mild stroke. Thought she was going to make it through, but 3 weeks after that first stroke, she wound up having the second stroke, which proved to be fatal. And looking back on my mother's life, she had a bucket list that she never got to fulfill. There was things that she wanted to do that she was not able to do because of work, and then then what happened afterwards.
Right.
And me having some of the same health issues that my mother had, I had to look at my life differently, and it was at that point that I decided that I wanted to take control of my life fully. It was at that point I became what they call psychologically unemployed.
Right.
The thought of me having a job just kills me. Don't get me wrong, I'm not above maintaining the timesheet, but but if I go get a job, it's to support my business, mainly.
Right.
So I started looking at what's online and things of that nature, and I started learning, trying to really plan. Well, if I did this thing, how would I want to do it? Looking at different ways to advertise and market, and learning how to create emails that resonate with people, and things of that nature. I had my own blog for a while, and I had so many fans of that blog. All I was doing was just writing from the heart. And that's one of the things, it's one of the most important things I learned from internet marketing. You have to share what's in your heart.
Right.
Because that's what's going to draw people to you. From, they talk about attraction marketing. That's one of the most effective ways of attraction marketing that's out there. Just be you.
Be you.
And so joined a few programs just like anybody else, and most of them turned out to be trash. Ones that I thought that was going to pan out, they wind up shutting down or changing comp plans and things of that nature. So ran into Billy. You know, he told me about HBA initially. Admittedly, I didn't pay attention to it like I should have. But in my going back and forth through different programs, HBA was always there, you know,
Right.
and it was always doing that thing. So maybe, you know, I have to think outside of myself now. HBA is there, they're helping people, they're giving people the help that a lot of companies are not willing to give people. They just want to sign them up, take their money, and then they're on their own. HBA is totally different.
Right.
And I took a closer look, and I told, hit Billy up one day, and I said, you know, I'm ready to get going. I'm ready to get started. And I just applied what I've learned, and lo and behold, a week later, I'm on the leaderboard. Didn't even know I was on the leaderboard.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So,
you know, excuse me, I mean to cut you off, but I noticed you posted in the group that you got 5 sales, and you didn't even, you scratching your head.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because one day I was what was I doing? I was barbecuing. I was on my grill in my backyard, and I just happened to check my emails, and I got these messages. Whoa, yay, whoa, you got a sale. Yeah. And there was 5 of them. And I'm like, wow, really? And then, you know, someone came in and bust my bubble. Well, it's all in one sale. So you got, you know, right. But I mean, just that feeling. I mean, imagine if I was a brand new person coming into the industry, you know, and they get an email like that. That's something.
Yeah. I mean, that's a beautiful thing. You're thinking, a lot of people look at it, when you got that 5 sales, if you look at the big picture, you got 5 sales from one person. One person. And when that one person, when they upgrade and go on through the process, that's residual and one-time sales that you're getting from one person.
One person.
You see what I'm saying? You know, I got an email yesterday. Open up that email. I had like 5 sales. Okay. Later on that day, another from HBA, 1 sale. It was a rebill, but it was $100 rebill, the residual income. Oh, right. Later on that day, another 5 sales. So that's the beauty of HBA that a lot of people don't see, you know, don't recognize it, that you have the residuals and you have what I consider a mid ticket with the 500, right, and a high ticket with the 1,000, right, all in one system. And you can get started for $25. You know, when you saw the all-in-one system, you know, I don't know what Billy showed you the first time. It could have been maybe the Freedom Launchpad or the, I can't remember the other one, the $67 one. When you saw the Freedom Shortcut, right? When you saw the all-in-one, what was your reaction to that
one? My initial reaction was, I had 2 reactions. Okay. The first reaction was, I can help a lot of people with this. Because that's really the main hang up most people have with internet marketing, is that when they come in, things cost so much. Right. And given this day and time with the pandemic and people losing their jobs because of it and things of that nature, it's next to impossible to be able to have someone come in at $250 or $500. I mean, people do it, but I don't really think that that's helping anyone. Right. You know, right. Especially when you compare that to the value that HBA brings, and the fact that you get all of what you would get with that program and then some. For just $25. Right. You know, right. And the second reaction I had was, I can make a killing. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But with me, when it comes to marketing, man, I think one of the most important things I learned that it's not about me. If you give enough people what they want, the blessings will come to you.
Exactly.
So for me, it's all about finding something that has longevity, that can really change someone's life for the better without costing an arm and a leg to do so.
Right.
And that's what HBA is all about.
When I first heard about HBA, it was I think when they first came out about 5 or 6 years ago, a little $20 business, and I already had a funnel builder, so I looked at it, but I didn't join. So a couple of years later, I looked at it again. I thought about it. I said, well, I might, but I didn't join. It wasn't until last year, early 2020, I joined, but I quit. I joined 4 to 3 days was up again. I quit again. So this last time I joined back in October 2020, that's when they had the 30-minute workday. You had the funnel builder and you had get response plugged in there, send it out to people, and you was good to go. Well, as soon as I joined that, they cut it off. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
This is why I joined. But once I got to hanging into the community, because I was ready to pull that third time on them, cut them loose, but once I got plugged into the community, man, and just, got to know Paul and Mike, and then Nick, started coming more on the scene, which he had created that 30-minute workday anyway.
Right.
And then just the people in general, the community itself, is worth more than the $125 premium payment, because the daily mindset calls, the daily training that they have, the Monday night mastermind and all of that. The other funnel builder that I had, that never happened.
Right.
And I hate to say this, but I'm just going to keep it real. The owner, one of the co-owners, he was such a egotistical guy, I think he just had the big head because he was a network marketer and things like that. But his attitude could run people off. And that happened with me in that company, and then not to mention some other tools started going bad. But, I love HBA just for the community and the support and the help that they give and to feed the children. Now that really got me.
Right. And like I said, especially when you think about new people coming into this industry, they don't have a clue. I often said that when a new person comes into the industry, it's like they don't understand. They have to potentially go back to school.
Right.
It's just like going to college. There's a lot that you have to learn. There's a lot that you have to, digest. And one of the reasons why the industry gets a bad rap because there are programs out there that make promises of big money and things of that nature, but they really don't tell you how to go about getting to that point. Right. HBA does the exact opposite. And the thing that I really love about HBA is the fact that you always have access to Mike. You always have access to Paul. They're always around. They're always available. You know who they are. And that shoots the integrity of the company through the roof.
Exactly. So if you mentioned earlier that, your first reaction was you can help a whole lot of people. And I think that's one of the center principles that we talk about in HBA is helping others because, I don't know about you. When I first got into this business, I was struggling financially. My job had, about like you, it was gone. They shut the doors on 500 people, and we was, I'm struggling financially like everybody else. All of us got our struggles, and things like that. And when I got into this internet marketing, I man, network marketing, e-commerce, eBay, Amazon, whatever came in my email, I was signing up for it. But I realized I was only signing up for it simply because I was thinking about me.
Exactly.
and nobody else.
Exactly.
I got to do this for me. I got to make this money. But when I change my perspective, and think, who can I help with this? I learned that even from, Russell Brunson, his books, his, just watching his video, his part. Who can you help? Who do you want to serve? Because that's what it's all about. And HBA can serve so many people that want to be helped. That's the thing about it. You have to want to be helped, and that's the only way we can really help somebody. She don't want to be saved, so you can't save her.
Right, exactly. And, I mean, and there's like I said, there's a lot of things that people are told when they come into this industry, but they it's one of those things where the truth is really important in this industry. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And just like, for instance, with the way that I advertise, it's paid advertising.
Right.
But when people try to follow me and emulate what I do, and they expect instant sales overnight, no one ever told them, no, that's not how it works.
It's not how it works. Exactly.
You have to look at it like this. It's like if someone joins your list, you can't ask them to marry you as soon as they join your list.
Exactly. Exactly.
You have to build a relationship with that person before you say, okay, will you marry me?
Right.
And that's what it's all about. And that's why in my email marketing, I implement a lot of videos.
Mm-hmm.
Because emails are great, but when you throw a email with a video in it and they look at the video, they can see the person that they're working with. They can see that person is genuine and really wants to help people, and then therefore they will come. Eventually, they will hit your email inbox. Okay, I'm ready to get started. Will you please help me?
Right.
And that's one of the best ways to establish a relationship with people on your list. And that's what internet marketing is all about. Building a list, establishing a rapport with that list, and everything else will fall into place.
Okay. And so your way of getting traffic is paid traffic. Which way do you go? You do PPC, you do pay-per-click, pay-per-click, native ads, solo ads. What's your favorite route?
Solo ads all day. I mean, that's what I know. I've done CPAs and things of that nature, but solo ads to me, because I want to be the epitome of what the all-in-one system is about. 30-minute workday.
30-minute workday, right?
So my method of operation during the week, every Monday I buy a solo ad, normally 100 clicks, and let it run. And normally it takes about 2 or 3 days to run, and then they get my emails. The vast majority of them, they'll keep reading my emails. Some may not read them, but then you have some people that'll respond with questions, and that's all I do. Just answer the questions. I look at my emails and see how they're performing from an open and click through standpoint. Make the necessary adjustments, and then those that decide to join, I help them get started.
Okay, and great.
That's basically my own work week. Then the following Monday, I do it all over.
Do it all over. So, when you're emailing your list, you do it once a day? I mean, once a day, twice a day. How many times per day?
Most of the time, I do it once per day. I set up a whole week.
Okay.
Of broadcast. I only have one autoresponder email, and that's just the intro email. And then I set up a week's worth of broadcasts. And anytime I have a new member join my team, I'll send an email letting them know, hey, I got this new team member while I was barbecuing. this is what I'm talking about, the 30-minute work, just sort
Right.
of, piggyback off of that. So,
Right.
or if I have something that comes to mind that I think will be beneficial to the people on my list, I'll email, I'll send a broadcast for that. But mainly it's just once per day.
Okay. And, I'm pretty sure you do just like I do. You get a bunch of emails, especially if you sign up on or purchase anything through Warrior Plus. You're going to get 3 emails, especially if 3 people are on that team with that particular product. You're going to get 3 emails from each person, but you're going to get 4 per day from each person.
Right.
And they all piggybacking selling other Warrior Plus products, and it's a bunch of people email inboxes are just jam packed, with stuff like that. So how do you make yourself stand out, your subject lines to get their attention that's different from everybody else?
Well, one of the things I do is I use the how the autoresponders are set up to use the person's name.
Right.
Yeah, I make sure that most of the time I use the person's name in the email. I use emojis. I've actually had 2 people respond to me and say, "I love what you've done in your subject. This is what made me open this email."
Right.
Gotcha. And she was like, "I am no longer interested in ABA, but this made me open your email. You know what you're doing. Keep up the good work." She actually told me that. So I try to use humor in my subject line sometimes, and for the most part, it's work. But I'm always testing.
Right.
I'm always testing. It's always a process. So what may work one minute, it may not work the next. So you have to keep, just, and sometimes you're gonna flop. Like I tested out an email. In particular, it was talking about the 2 MJs in the NBA, how they use the NBA as a vehicle to get where they are now. That email flopped. I thought that was one of my best emails, but it flopped. I mean,
exactly.
But you have to be able to test those things and see what works and see what isn't. But you're always going to be testing when it comes to email marketing.
Right. So when you're writing your emails, like I said, a lot of those emails are just spam emails talking about, please open up, activate your blah, blah commission. And then when you open up the email, you know what it's all about. And you can tell they're not sincere about really helping a person. So when you're writing your emails, I'm just going to assume, and you've already, I think you mentioned this Monday night too, so I can put the assumption to the side. You said you write from the heart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because you have to, I mean, of course, the people are not going to know you real, but they're not going to know that you're real in terms of how you can help them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's like I get emails like that all day long. Please activate your account. The account will be suspended if you don't.
Yeah.
I don't do any of that stuff. If I have something that comes up, and I'm constantly thinking. I could be in the middle of watching a football game and I'll think of something. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'll come on my computer, and if I think it'll be beneficial to help them, whether they join ABA or not, then I'm going to share it with them.
Right. Exactly. So you mentioned earlier about I can't even think of it. I had to come back to that question. It slipped my mind just that fast and let you know I'm getting old. But yeah, since you joined HBA, what you think is the best part about it or the most beneficial part about it?
About HBA as a whole?
Yes.
The camaraderie with those involved. That right there, because you hear it all the time. I mean, it's an old cliche in this industry. You'll be building a business for yourself, but not by yourself. And in most cases, that's not the truth.
Right.
But I can honestly say with HBA, it's totally different. Now it's up to the person to get plugged in and stay plugged in.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and if they don't do that, then yes, they'll be building a business by themselves.
Right.
But you know, if they get in the groups, if they attend the Monday night calls and all the training calls and whatnot, if they get plugged in and stay plugged in, they will see that they're not by themselves. And definitely, if you're on my team, you're gonna, you know, I'm going to do the best I can to help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve.
Exactly, exactly. And that's the thing, you know, I used to say, I heard that all the time, you know, you're in business for yourself, but you're not by yourself. But as soon as you sign up,
Right.
you know, go watch the training.
Right.
You know, I
Right.
can't call you or nothing like that. You know,
Right.
we used to talk about people, you know, being crickets, you know,
Mm-hmm.
long as you, and when you pursuing them, they ask you about your business. But then when they stop responding to you because you're trying to get them in, we call them crickets. But I flipped the script on some of these, you know, so-called, I'm just going to say top marketers. And I'm not bashing nobody, but I'm just calling a spade
It is what it is.
because, yeah, you go and you join these people in this opportunity. And 3 months later, they're promoting something else. 3 months later, they're promoting something else. Now, they making the money. True. They got the following to do that. You don't have that. But when you join their team, you can't call them. You can't text them. You can't hit them up on Facebook and would ask simple questions. When, you know, somebody like you and I put my phone number in my YouTube videos. I put my phone number in my emails because I want you to text me. Course, you know, I got some courses. Hey, let me help you out and things like that. But you're going to find a lot of people, you know, that just don't do that and
Right.
thing. And so I know that you're the type of person that makes yourself available for your team, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And each person that's joined my team, I actually called them.
Mm-hmm.
I
Right.
called them. If I couldn't call them, like the first person that joined my team, I actually sent him a video text.
Right.
You know, letting him know that I'm available. Lock me in. This is my number. So yeah, every team member on my team has my number.
Cool.
And like I said, it's up to them to use it, but you know, they have my number. But I'm getting ready to implement some things where I can better communicate with my team as a whole.
Right.
Because I don't want nobody to join my team and get stuck and feel like they don't have any help or they don't have any way of getting their questions answered. I mean, because if it's not, because if they can't get in contact with me, then I'm not doing my job.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
but then even if outside of that, even if I'm not available, they always have the team members of HBA, the
Hey,
family members,
yes.
and that is the difference between HBA and everybody else.
Yes. My question came to mind when you said something about video, text message. You said something about in your emails, you send a video message. Now, that's not every email every broadcast that you send, right?
No,
Or okay.
no,
Okay.
now just when when I feel like I have something important to say, even like from a motivational standpoint, or if I'm teaching, you know, them what I know,
Right.
you know, and what to expect and
Mm-hmm.
things of that nature. I think that the more they know before they get started, the better off they'll be once they get started.
Once they get started.
You know,
Exactly.
and that will help to keep the retention high. Because if
Right.
you have a person that comes in and they start doing what I do, and then they get mad because they didn't get a sale as soon as the traffic went out,
Mm-hmm.
then that's not gonna, you know, help with their mindset, and then all of a sudden they quit.
Right.
But if you tell people the truth as to how this works, you know, when it comes to what you're doing, I mean, if it could be YouTube marketing, it could be
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. If you tell the people the truth as to how it works and why you're doing this and why this should be done, then that will be more apt to learn and do what they learn.
Right.
But their expectations will be set properly so that they can continue to do what needs to be done to help their business grow.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. So I guess I got a couple more questions. Then I'm gonna let you go because I know you got a busy day, and my wife, so I had to put up a ceiling fan before we got on here. But but for someone who's a brand new person, looking to get into affiliate marketing, why would you recommend HBA to them as a beginner?
Because it's the perfect program for beginners. Low entry costs. Like I said, $25. If you're looking to get your feet wet in this industry, $25, that's a no-brainer.
Right.
I mean, people spend more than that on a meal,
Mm-hmm.
on dinner. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So you won't have to refinance the house to get started.
Exactly. Exactly.
Then the amount of training that's available, whether it be in the back office with the funnel builder training, with the email marketing training, that solo ads training, YouTube training.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's a plethora of resources in the HBA back office that I would dare say you could probably get it somewhere else, but not with the quality that HBA has, because I've been back there and I've learned some things about YouTube marketing that I haven't heard from anybody.
Right. Right.
And that it really has me motivated to get my YouTube channel started.
Mm-hmm. And that's, they have a YouTube training in there already in the premium section that's done. But for the last 2 months, November and October, October, November, and even part of December, every day, 10 o'clock my time, Central Time, AM, they were doing YouTube trainings, live YouTube training. Now, it wasn't a lot of people coming on there, but for the two owners of the company to take time out of their schedule to do that with their, people, that's just a beautiful thing to me.
And multimillionaires too,
Exactly.
Multimillionaires, and
exactly.
That's something you would not get anywhere else without paying a healthy price for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love it. I love it. Well, brother, I think that's all of the questions that I have for you tonight. I want to thank you, Rodney, for taking time out of your schedule to come on here, man. And my condolences to you and your family, on your mom, and anything that I can do to help you for as, here in HBA, whatever the case may be, just let me know. That's the beauty of HBA. It's not about who brought you in. Okay. Rodney came in with what was his name again?
Billy Montez.
With Billy Montez. Now I knew Billy from back in another program. I had purchased some of Billy's traffic before. I don't know if he still do traffic anyway, but I knew Billy, but even though Rodney came in with Billy, it makes no difference to me. You know what I'm saying? It does not matter who you come in with. There are some people, I'm pretty sure, reaching out to Rodney since Monday night. They're on somebody else's team.
Oh my God. I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
I did. I've had at least 10 friend requests.
Yeah.
On Facebook since that night. And I'm but I've brought every last one of them in to help. To help what I can. Exactly. I mean, I don't consider myself to be an expert. It's just, I know what I've done works. But there are other things that I want to learn YouTube marketing. I want to learn because for me, YouTube. I know how a lot of marketers use YouTube. Just to generate leads and things of that nature. But I want to show people how to do some of the things I do. I want my channel to be a benefit.
Right. Exactly.
I don't want to just generate leads. Of course, like any other marketer, generate leads would be nice, but I think you can do just as well by showing people what how it really goes down, you know.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. And that's the beauty of YouTube. I've been doing YouTube videos for a long time now. And that's my number one, source of traffic. That's
Mhm.
organically. And I started doing some Bing ads a couple of days ago. So I want to learn that as another paid marketing strategy, but I'm
Mhm.
also a little like you. I'm doing solo ads as well.
Right.
So I'm getting eyeballs on my offers. I'm getting people looking at that, and people are opting in for it. Now, you always have to be testing.
Right.
When I have them opt in, where they're going straight over to the VSL. So
Right.
maybe I'm gonna try to test and put a video of myself in between it on a bridge page of me actually showing them step by step, not how to get the system set up, but take this link, once it's set up, take this link, go here, purchase traffic now. Let start
Right.
emailing your list, building your email. I taught them something, you
Right.
know, I think is best, I set up people's system for them, some of them, you
Yeah.
know, but I always encourage people to try it yourself first.
Right.
If you get stuck, then hit me up. I did a guy's yesterday. I think it took me 30 minutes, you know, plus I put him in 5 letters in his autoresponder, so his
Yeah.
system is complete. Take the link, bro. Now you go get the traffic,
Right.
and I pointed him out to where the traffic is. Now you decide what you want to do: YouTube, Facebook, solo ads. It's up to you.
Right.
Anything.
Right.
But yeah, well, I sure appreciate it. Any encouraging words you want to give to the audience before we leave here?
Basically, I don't want to say is, if you're looking at HBA, it is definitely worth every penny. You know, you're only talking about $25.
Right.
You have nothing to lose. Like I said, if you're new and you're coming into this industry, you're gonna have to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot to learn, but you can learn it in bits and pieces. And as you learn it in bits and pieces, you implement what you learn and then evolve from there.
Exactly.
When I first started, I learned one thing. I picked one marketing strategy.
Right.
And
Right.
at that time, that marketing strategy was blog.
Mm-hmm.
And I gave it my all. I would work on my computer literally from 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. the next morning on my blog,
Mm-hmm.
um, creating the content, promoting the content. And you have to have that type of motivation in you if you want to have any chance of success in this industry. I mean, you have to want it like a thirsty man want water,
Right.
you know,
Yes, sir.
and you have to be determined to do anything within reason, but within
Yeah.
moral,
Right.
to do whatever it takes for you to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
And once you do that, you will have no choice but to be successful.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of things that, you can do this, you can do this. This is available, and this new software, it's easy to get overwhelmed, it's easy to
Right.
get distracted. The best thing that you can do, find a marketing strategy that resonates with you. If you're a video person, you got TikTok, you got YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
you got Facebook Live. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you're not a video person like me, you got your paid advertising, you got your solo ads,
Right.
you got your CBS. Just find one, pick one, learn it,
Mm-hmm.
test it until you're getting the results that you want to get. And then if you want to start with something else, go start with something else.
Go start with something else.
It's that simple. And build your following.
Yes. Yes.
Build your following, because your following is going to it's going to get you where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Exactly.
people don't understand on YouTube. That's what YouTube is all about: building a following,
Building a following.
building your
Yes.
own little mini Facebook, your own little mini Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, you have to do right by your following once you build it.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's what it's all about.
All right. Well, brother, man, I sure appreciate it. I want the people, the audience to remember, HBA, the all-in-one $25. I call it digital affiliate marketing business. Is not a done for you, it's a done with you. Correct. And I think that done for you get thrown around so much. It just, it's like you said, you have to be willing to learn. And if people are doing it for you, you're not going to learn anything. Okay. So that's just all it is. So I want to thank you, Rodney, man, for coming in. I want to thank all of you all for watching this video, this interview of me and Rodney. I appreciate you taking time out, brother, to come and be with us. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. If you see this on YouTube, head over to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Both links will be in the description below. Rodney, send me your link through Facebook here. I'll drop your link down there as well. That's just how, we help one another here. I know some people, man, you crazy. How you going to put his link below your video? What? Reciprocity. If what goes around one day gonna come back around, right?
Hey, one brother help another. That's what it's all about. And that's what HBA is all about.
Exactly. So Rodney, you send me over that link, man. Pretty much if you want me to interview me one of these days, holler at a brother, and we can turn around and do it again. And yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you, man. You have a great day today and a better day tomorrow, brother. Peace.
All right, you too, man. Peace.